stay calm and smile. Thank you. This video was brought to you by Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, AYE, the largest entrepreneurship network in Africa.
Yes, of course, stay calm and smile. Very, very, very important. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. And of course, welcome to the year 2025. I don't know if I'm the only person who's so excited to be in this year. It feels like this year, it promises so much. It promises to be such an amazing year, and I'm super excited, anticipating and looking forward to all the year has to offer. I mean, it's just so amazing. And of course, I know that it's going to be a good year when I'm starting it with my African brothers and sisters at the Entrepreneurs Assembly. I'm always excited anytime I'm here, and of course, today is no exception. Once more, you're all welcome, and I want to take this opportunity to specially welcome all our first-timers in the room. So if you know that this is your first time joining the Entrepreneurs Assembly, I would like to send a warm welcome to you from all of us here at Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization. Thank you so much for joining. You're welcome. We're like a family here. We're always there for one another. So trust me, this is a community that you want to be a part of, and you're definitely in the right space, in the right place, and starting the year on a very, very good note. Once again, you're welcome. Thank you. I would just love to take this opportunity to kindly scan through my screen so that I can see some of the familiar faces that we have in this new year. I can spot Mr. Faitolani. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I can see Ms. Brown looking all beautiful as always. Thank you for joining. I can see Chukuka Gift. She's smiling at me. Thank you so much. What a lovely smile. Thank you for joining. Hi. I can see Tuesday at Tuesday. Thank you for joining as well. You look beautiful as always. And of course, Mr. Andres, he never misses any of the assembly. Thank you. We're happy to have you here as always. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll be moving on right away without any further delays, because as I mentioned earlier, today something incredible, something superb is going to happen. And of course, as you know, we're going to be listening to the president, the founder of this amazing organization. And as usual, he always has so much wealth of knowledge and wisdom to dish out to us. So today is going to be an incredible one for certain. But before we get to that, I would just love to basically share a bit about this organization, especially for the people joining us here for the first time. So this is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization. We're the foremost entrepreneurship organization in the whole of Africa, and we've been in existence for about 13 years, going on 14 years now. And throughout the duration, throughout the period of our existence, our main focus has been basically empowering, showcasing, identifying African entrepreneurs for poverty eradication, for job creation, and for economic development as a whole. So these are some of the objectives and vision of the organization. Throughout these years, we've done so many things, inclusive of the Entrepreneurs Assembly, which you're currently attending, all geared towards or aimed at basically empowering entrepreneurs in Africa and beyond as much as possible, because we know that entrepreneurship is not an easy ride. It's not an easy journey. So we're basically creating a community where people, like-minded entrepreneurs that share the same vision, that share the same goals, that have the same destination, can basically work together, collaborate, hold hands through this journey called entrepreneurship. And of course, in this organization, we strongly believe in the power of collaboration, which is why our slogan or our creed says, if you can achieve this much alone, then how much more can we achieve together? Yes, it's just been displayed on the screen as I was speaking. Now, we usually do it by putting our hands together like this. It symbolizes togetherness. It symbolizes unity. If you can achieve this much alone, then how much more can we achieve together? You can just imagine how much more magnificence we can achieve when we come together, put our hands together, collaborate, basically work together as one. Yes, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on without any further delays to the next agenda for today's assembly, I would like to call on the people born in the month of January. So as we usually do it here, we like to celebrate with you. As I said, we're like a family, so we're always there to celebrate your wins, your successes, your promotions, when you get a job, when your finances are uplifted, whatever good thing that happens in your life, we're always there to celebrate with you. So we always celebrate the birthdays of the people born in the new month. So this is January, and I know that a couple of us here were definitely born in the month of January. So all I need you to do is please click on the reaction button underneath your screen and then select the hand raise option so that, as per usual, we can dance with you, we can celebrate with you, we can shower you with love and best wishes for the new year which you're about to enter. So please just use the reaction button underneath your screen as we celebrate with the people born in the month of January. Thank you so much as you do that. I can see Chukwuka Gift with some sort of reaction. I'm not sure if it's the reaction I'm looking for, but I think it's her birthday. It's her birth month, actually. So yes, let us celebrate with her. Exactly. Yes, she's giving me a nod now. So yes, I can see that. Oh, wow. Interesting. So our one and only queen and basically the vice president of this organization. I can see her hand raised at this moment. So it's a happy one for the entire organization. DJ Kid, please, I would like to hand over to you. Do not fall my hand. Give me the best birthday song you can find so that we can celebrate with these amazing and beautiful women born in the month of January. Thank you, and over to you, DJ.
Joyeux anniversaire, on est tous venus ce jour pour ton anniversaire. On vient tous de loin pour que ton anniversaire soit une réussite en ce jour, donc happy birthday. Faut te lever pour danser, happy birthday. Personne n'est fatigué, happy birthday. Avec toi on va s'enjailler, happy birthday. Bouge c'est maintenant ça commence. Aujourd'hui c'est ton jour, happy birthday. Ça vous bringue des happy birthday sans s'arrêter, parce que c'est ton anniversaire. Il n'y aura pas de poisson si on a checké, hein. J'espère que tu as envoyé le cadeau, hein. Tes amis sont là, ta famille est là, les tontons sont là, les tontines aussi sont là, tous les parrains sont là, les marraines aussi sont là. En tout cas, faut pas t'inquiéter, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chantez. Personne n'est fatigué, avec toi on va s'enjailler. Bouge ma dembe, aujourd'hui c'est ton jour. Et ça vous bringue des sans s'arrêter, parce que c'est ton anniversaire. Le gars est joli, la femme est jolie, les invités sont jolis, mais on ne va pas que parler et danser, hein. On mangera aussi. Y'a à manger à gogo, la boisson pour la flot. Si tu veux faut viser, sinon fais emporter. C'est tout ça là qui fait que anniversaire. En tout cas faut pas t'inquiéter, nous on a su la soirée pour toi. Chantez. Personne n'est fatigué, avec toi on va s'enjailler. Bouge ma dembe, aujourd'hui c'est ton jour. Et ça vous bringue
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you, amazing one. Thank you. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. Thank you so much. I'm sure some of the first timers here are wondering what kind of dance moves are those? Wait till you get to the end of the assembly. Trust me, we do not leave any assembly without dropping a move or two. So you cannot miss it. Just stay to the end of today's assembly and you see some amazing, amazing dance steps here at the assembly. Thank you once again. And of course, Dr. Joy, Gift, Ian, I'm wishing you, and on behalf of the organization, we are wishing you a very, very happy birthday. We pray that God blesses you, God keeps you, and this year will be your best year yet. Thank you so much for celebrating with our African sisters. Once more, please let's give ourselves a round of applause for that. Thank you so much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time, or it is now the moment that we have all been waiting for. And as you know, I am about to hand over now to a very, very special man. Most of you here already know why he's so special, but I'm sure the first timers here are about to encounter him and they're about to find out why he's so, so dear and special to us. Ladies and gentlemen, now handing over to the president of this organization to take us on a very, very crucial and important topic. I would like us to please celebrate him as I call him with our AYA clap just like this. Please join me as we welcome the president, the founder of Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization, no other than Dr. Sumi Smart Francis. Please celebrate him and keep celebrating him till he comes up on stage to share with us today. Thank you so much. Okay, so I think Dr. Sumi's network might be glitching. I'm trying to scan through my screen quickly to see if I can find him. Okay, while he fixes the network glitch, most of you here do not know the topic for today, but I would just love to do the honors of basically introducing the topic as we wait for him. Okay, so the topic for today is the most vacant seat. So although most of us here already know that Mr. President's topics are always very, when I mean very, I say very difficult to decode and to decipher. It's always like, oh, what is he going to come up today and talk about? What does he have up his sleeves today? And it's always such a hustle to try and figure out what he's going to share with us. So today, the topic is the most vacant seat, and I myself, I'm basically curious to hear from him. But I mean, I would just love to pick a few thoughts, a few people that I have here, and I just love us to have a very quick conversation as he tries to get the network glitch fixed. And I just want to know, basically, I just want to come into your head and know what you're probably thinking about, or what this topic is speaking to you even before he shares what he's actually going to share today. So I can see COS knows I'm going to call him no matter what he does. I'm going to call him and he's smiling, so I know he has something to say. All right. Please welcome Mr. Fetolani as he shares some thoughts with us on the topic which we're about to discuss and dive into today, which is the most vacant seats. Over to you, Fetolani. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for of course, calling me up. And it's so good to see a lot of amazing faces here today. Of course, it's so good to see my brother, Andres. Good to see you. Good to see Mr. Dan. And of course, a lot of amazing people who are also here in the room today. So like you all know, right? I'm sure this is not the first time we're all always looking forward to, Dr. Sumi's speech, Mr. President always giving those amazing speeches. But most times you would have emphasized it from the topic itself. Now, it is our year of leading, and you're hearing the most vacant seats. So you're curious, what do you want to hear? And sometimes, have you noticed that before you start speaking, you try to use your brain to figure it out. Okay, this is what it's going to talk about, it's going to say something in this direction and all of that. And at the end of the day, you then realize that your mind was blown away. So at some point, I started helping myself and I gave up. So instead of trying to figure it out, I would just open my heart and open my ears and wait, and so that I can even focus on that and not even start feeling disappointed while he's speaking to say, I thought he would say this thing. I didn't even know what he was planning to say, so that's how I feel and that's how excited I am. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Please let us celebrate him. Definitely, definitely amazing. Thank you so much for sharing those thoughts with us. And of course, I can spot Mr. President right about now. Thank you so much once again, Faith Olani. And of course, over to you, Dr. Sumi Smart Francis. Please take it up from here. Thank you.
Yes, I'll definitely take this up. Happy New Year to everyone. You're welcome to 2025. Just seeing you guys in 2025. I've got to slide on my screen a bit. It's been an amazing year for us. Thank you so much. There's lots of cameras on, and it's just a lot of pages on my screen as well as I see these amazing, beautiful faces. You are welcome. You are welcome to 2025, our year of leading. Wow, this place feels so hot and the aircon is on. Am I being born by the words of my mouth, or that's going to come out of me? Maybe I should start speaking quickly so that I don't get burned, because I'm just hot. I don't know why. So sometimes, don't worry, it's not the aircon. The aircon is fine. I feel it's maybe the words. It's burning me and I'm sweating. I don't know why. But welcome to 2025, our year of leading. Team members, if the camera is not on, I'm sure you know the story already. So that was what I was checking. But I'm saying some coded word for some coded people. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so excited for you, for me, that we are privileged to see this year. I am so excited about our year of leading. I am so excited that I'm speaking to leaders. So settle down, get your notepads ready, avoid every distraction. Before we get into it, make sure that you are ready for what we're about to get into. We've been having our boot camp. It's been strenuous, it's been extreme. How do I put it now? Extreme, rigorous trainings we've been going through. So I am really exhausted, but it's our year of leading. That's part of what it means to lead. And I'm happy to share with you today. So be ready. If you're joining us for the first time, you are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is a community where I see Adex Media. I see your son there. He's been clapping. That's the youngest entrepreneur in the room today, and it's such a smart looking young boy. So it's so brilliant that you make him or her. I can't see. I think she's a her. Yes. She used that style to show me a earring. So yes, you're welcome. It's so brilliant to get young people to listen to such stuff. People think is assembly PG-18 or was it? My kids come into assembly, and it's so we make sure that they are able to learn these things at a very young age. So yes, you can bring in your kids, you can bring in your child, you can bring in young people, and they can learn things that we learned at a very old age. I still want to gist a bit before I go into this topic, but this thing is burning me, guys. So allow me go into this topic once and for all. It's a series of lectures that we'll be going through this year. I spoke about some of the things we're going to be covering this year. And part of the things our series on leadership, we're going to be, what's it called now? Listening to different leaders from different parts of the world. And it's going to be an amazing one. So please bear with me. I am just trying to switch my Wi-Fi. I notice it's just showing me low network here. So I just want to be sure that everything is set. So just give me 1 minute. Let me switch my Wi-Fi. Did your kids take over? Or probably, Emanuela, you can get one more opinion while I switch my Wi-Fi. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. President. And of course, it's always an amazing and exciting thing when we get to hear from him. And I'm super excited and cannot wait for him to dive into the topic. But as he said, would like to get one more opinion for the topic, the most vacant seat. And of course, I'd like to hand over the mic to the birthday girl, no other than Dr. Joy. Please just share a bit of your thoughts regarding what we're about to hear and the wisdom which is about to be dished out to us today. Thank you so much. Over to you, Ma.
Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Emanuela. Please confirm that you can hear me clearly. Awesome. It's really nice to see everyone's face, and thank you for celebrating me. It's my birthday month, and for every other person who is celebrating this month as well, I just do pray that as you step into your new year, it will be filled with God's blessings, favor, and goodness and mercies on all sides for you. The most vacant seat. Wow. I'm really excited about today's topic. And like everyone knows, when you expect that this is what Mr. President is going to talk about, he just takes it several, heights above your imagination. And he actually addresses specific issues that you're trying to deal with. And they are so practicable. They are so in tune with reality that you can literally take steps to your life, and so for me, I have ideas in my head of what I should expect for today, but I have come in, I have dumped everything that I thought about even before tonight so that I can learn and relearn. I have dropped every idea of what I think that Mr. President is going to talk about so that by the time I leave here, I have a new understanding of what the most vacant seat is for a leader and how we can attain that height of actually sitting on that seat and leading effectively for the year 2025. So for everyone here, we have the most vacant seat. Let's sit on that seat this year and let's lead effectively and efficiently. Thank you very much, Emanuela.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you. I can see Mr. President is back. Please, is it convenient for you to take over from here, sir? Mr. President, please give me a thumbs up if you're good to go. Okay, great. Over to you, sir.
This network glitch has just been crazy, disconnecting from 1 to 2, 2 to 3. But we all leaders, we ain't going to give up. Just confirm that you can hear me loud and clear. Let me just fix everything that needs to be fixed. You can? Okay, that's good. Yes, let us kickstart the topic. Like you all heard, it's our year of leading, and the topic for today is the most vacant seat. Well, as I just looked on my side, I saw my book. Congratulations, guys. We've got the book ready. It's out. It's out. For those of you who made your pre-order, I got a discount, the beggar's money. You remember the topic? We spoke about it here. So yeah, the book is out. And I remember one of the people in the assembly when I spoke about it, when I was looking at all the pre-order lists, I saw her name there because she has always been telling me, can we read this in a book? So some of these topics you will find in a book. And the beggar's money is out. The printer brought the first sample copy today. And as I looked to my side, I saw it. So if you have not pre-ordered, make sure you do. Admin, you can throw the link in the chat session after the assembly, and you can grab a copy. A poor man's ideology that can make anyone rich. Strange. When you get into it, you understand what you can learn from the street and from the beggars. Now, let's get into it. Chairman Dan, it's great to see you. It's good to see everyone in the room. I think I saw my sister in the room as well. Professor, I forgot she's no longer doctor. Professor Buki, you are welcome into the assembly. And I am so excited to share this with you all. Guys, it's 2025, our year of leading. And when you look at this topic, this most vacant chair, you kind of like have an idea already from our watchword from the year of leading. But what you might not be aware of is the fact that the chair is all around us. It's everywhere. It's around you at your place of work. It's around you in your family. It's around you amongst your friends. It's just there. And I tell you today that followers are common, but leaders are scarce. Guys, the most vacant chair is the seat of a leader. And it's available all around you. You begin to wonder, how my father is already sitting as the head of the family. My uncle is already sitting as the head of the family. For those of us who are Africans and know how the Africa tree works like. My boss is already sitting as the head of the company. I'm already sitting on it. So what the heck is he talking about? If you're running a vision, you will understand it very well as we go on this journey. If you're working in a company, I'm going to open your eyes to some things as we go on this journey. And probably we should start with the obvious. Let's look at the corporate environment. You begin to look at yourself where you work or the environment where you are. And please, let's avoid chats for now. Happy New Year to you too, Daddy, so that I can connect to the realm where we all need to be at for this topic. You look at your corporate environment and you're like, but my position is just too far to that seat of leadership. I stand to tell you here today, or should I say I sit to tell you here today, that the biggest vacancy in any corporation, it's not the cleaners or the securities, HR, software, IT. It's actually the seat of the leader. Why, you may ask? Because even the leader has been searching for someone for that seat from the very first time that they started. You can ask any visionary this. I'm not talking about greedy, self-employed people now. I'm talking about people who lead visions. I'm talking about Fortune 500 companies. I'm talking about global brands. I'm talking about world leaders. From the moment they sit on that seat, they have been looking for a successor. Now, they do this intentionally and unintentionally. They sit on the seat as a leader. And of course, for example, if I was president or a president comes in, you're like, oh, his first tenure, his first 4 years, some countries are 5 years, some is a long time, some is a lifetime. Why would the president start searching for somebody else when he just got in? The intentionality might come, you might begin to see the intentionality like when he has a year to finish his tenure or 2 years to finish his tenure. But the unintentional search has always been there. It has always even been there before he got on that seat. Many of you will be shocked to know that some of the leaders that you find, and then you find this is the next leader, you'll be surprised that there has been a journey that has happened. And I do not even want to go into the political angle because that circle is deeper than what you can ever dream of or think of. The successor has always been around. Somehow that guy that has been very committed, that has been very loyal, that lady that has been very, 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 very positive thinking, that hard worker. It's not just even about even hard working right now, but there's always that person there that even subconsciously or unintentionally, the leader has always known that this person is my right-hand man. That is when that decision was made. Now, let's help him fast forward his life to 5 years' time on seats, on a leadership position. When that thought now comes and say, oh, now that I'm about to leave, who sits on this chair? He will now go back to that past deposit of thoughts of, oh, this person has been like this. Oh, how do I explain this that my people will understand me? There are different types of thought pockets right now. There's a pre-thought pocket that while you are living your life, the people you are walking around with, the people you are engaging with, have already been seeing the kind of person you are. They have deposited you somewhere in a thought without knowing, unintentionally. Oh, this is a miracle. Listen carefully. You are in somebody's thought already as a leader because of the attributes you've shown. Now, that person never knew that they will ever use you or your personality until that person got on a seat themselves, right? Now, when that person was on that seat, that person didn't even give a damn about you because they're still enjoying whatever leadership seat, if you think leadership is about enjoyment. But let's even assume it was enjoyment, the president of your country. While he was there, he enjoyed the feeling, the private jets, the everything, and of course, the headache. But the moment the time would come when handover needs to happen, the first thought, even if there are political debates that will happen, political cards that will be thrown on the table, I can bet you now, the first thought that will come to his mind is that pocket thought of loyal servants. Even before he look at his political affiliation, it just comes up. There is no way you want to hand over something so dear to you that you do not open up the pockets of loyal people to you. And that's why you now start finding people doing some games. They will now want to find their loyal guy, put that person in the political party, try to put some shady things around him. If he's not educated, they want to make him educated. They want to dress him up. They want to just cook that person to be who they want. Sometimes that person we don't like, we don't give the why. Like, why is this person the successor? What? It doesn't make any sense. But that person has been deposited long before you and I existed in that person's life, in that leader's life. So what am I saying? Number one, all you are doing right now is depositing the type of person you are into people around you. And they are already defining if you are a follower or you are a leader. Now, the moment they find the most vacant seats, that thought will come. And like I said earlier, the most vacant seat is there. It's so bad right now. And it's so there, let me not say so bad. It's so crazy, let me borrow the word crazy, that if somebody walked to me, let me use me, because if I use another CEO, they might go crazy. Like, what am I saying? But if somebody comes to me and say, I believe so much in what you're doing, and I want to serve to come take over from you. Like, what did you just say? Sir, I repeat, I want to serve to take over from you. The fact that you have the guts to even say that to me, you have deposited yourself in that pocket. The only thing I'm checking now is if you qualify for the pocket. The fact, I'm not saying you should go knock on offices, but if you are as bold as that, go into any big corporation that you admire so much. And if I see Mark Zuckerberg, if you are in IT and that is the kind of thing you are saying, tell Mark this statement and see how he's going to react. No visionary will hear that. It's like you have tapped into a kind of, it's not an hidden fear, but it's an hidden want of every visionary. So it's like, how did you even get to know that thing is going to be there? So I do not care who you are or what stage you are. There is a vacant chair close to you. There's one in your family right now. You know, things are not going well. You are complaining, things are somehow, you know, everybody's not connected. It's because nobody is sitting on that chair. No one is sitting on it. And then you're complaining. And if you take it back into business, I will address people working, probably you're working in a company, and I will also address business owners so that you can have an idea that it's all angle, even you that you sit on that chair. If it's a vision, if it's truly a vision, let me tell you the deepest thing you've ever heard. You are sitting on somebody's chair. If what you are doing is a vision, if it's a generational project, you are sitting on someone's chair. Now, I go back to you that say, how do I just wake up and go and meet my boss and say, oh, don't get fired? Just now he thinks you want to assassinate him. You understand? You have to get the principles around it, which I'm going to give you. But just before I give you those principles, let me help your unbelief. Let me help your faith. You look at things and you begin to wonder, is it really possible? Because we were having conversations, and I realized that people do not even know what's possible anymore. Unbelief has set into mankind that the believable has become unbelievable. Like you don't even know that things are possible anymore. You don't really know that impossibility is nothing. I think that was a Nike thing. I can't remember who took that slogan, but you don't really know that it's a fact. Nothing is no longer impossible. There are cleaners that have become CEOs. There are security men who have become CEOs. There are drivers that have become CEOs. Have you positioned yourself for that seat? Have you even seen the seat in the first place? Because there's another desire that has to come inside of you to look at the entirety. There's a mentee of mine. I see her in this room right now, and I'm going to speak to you now. There's a lot of you in the room, so I'm sure you're already thinking, is he going to talk to me? I'm going to speak to you. When I call your company now, you will know I'm speaking to you. She works in, maybe I should not call the company name. I'll describe the company. Then she will know she's the one. She works in one of the biggest hotels in Nigeria. And I speak to you now. You look at yourself. Number one, you're a lady. Number one, your department is far to that of the CEO. And you begin to wonder, is it really possible that I can head that company? You can. In short, start seeing yourself as the next CEO of that company. Now, journey might take you around. These patterns I will give you might take you around. But if that chair belongs to you, you will sit on that chair. To help your unbelief, the current CEO of Microsoft, Nadella, she was a young engineer. It was like internship. Today, she's the one transforming Microsoft to what it is. Look at General Motors, Mary Bama. Go and read the story of these people. Okay, let's look at, there is this man, I think I once saw the documentary. Let me see how many of you saw that documentary where it was also on Instagram. Do you know this Nigerian man that owns 5 airports? You guys, has anybody seen that documentary before? Adebayo Ogunlesi, that owns 5 airports. That billionaire that owns 5 airports, not in Nigeria. That billionaire was an intern. That company that owns that 5 airport, that company that owns everything they're talking about, I think is what's the company called now? Global Infrastructure Partners. He started in that company as an intern. He's an investment banker. He started as an intern. He's one of the richest men in the world now. Now, what are the odds of how an intern in a company we go on to become the same CEO of Global Infrastructure Partners. How did this happen? You may ask. I will show you those principles as I go on. The first thing is recognizing that some of you, the company that you will own has been built for you. It's one of the biggest realities. You don't even understand that. We're speaking today, one of our facilitators that spoke to us in the boot camp, one of my friends like that, amazing lady, Topper. And she said to us today that there's a Nigerian dictionary. Let me borrow the Nigerian dictionary now. And that Nigerian dictionary, she's like, this year I'm abandoning my Nigerian dictionary. And let me tell you one of the things in that Nigerian dictionary, and I'm sure it's an African dictionary for Africans in the room. The belief that if it's not my own, if it's not my vision, it is not a vision. Oh my God. You need to start reading a lot of books, and you need to go and study a lot of global companies, international global companies. You'll be surprised to hear that all these international global companies you are seeing, over 90% of them are not run by the person that started it. And the person that started it are not enjoying the glory that the current CEO is enjoying. I think they just came to suffer. Their own was to come and suffer. I shared this thing before with my team, I think a year or 2 years ago, where I said, I cannot understand the kind of grace you are on. I don't understand the kind of blessing you are on when you just came to take over. Do you know, I still don't understand. God, why did you let some of us suffer? I'm sure Chairman Dan is also wondering, why do I have to suffer so much in my own company? At the same time, I'm going to give mainstream, his company is called Mainstream, and I'm going to give it mainstay or mainstream, and I'm going to give it to somebody else. You can imagine what I've gone through. Let me tell you one of the person I envy the most. Let me not even use the second name. My server is small. You're not really suffer, you will enjoy it. I envy the 6th president of AYE. Like, that person is just going to come and enjoy. Like what? Is in a tower? Is in Africa, Silicon Valley? Is he or she? Because I like she's, man. I wish it's a she. She's going to be just flying private jets. She's just going to be enjoying life and coming. I'll just be looking at her. I don't know if we'll have far gone, but maybe it's the 16th president. I'll be looking from heaven like, this lady just enjoyed like the way I suffered. So I came to suffer for this lady, the new e-village chief visionary officer. And, she would just be flying jets and, having that posh. Have you noticed how those CEOs speak now? Most of these two CEOs you are seeing this global company, have you seen their English? They never suffered. I'm getting too hot. I can't cope. I need a backup. Give me that backup device we took into the transit hub. My technical assistant will get it for me. I need a backup. I'm burning, and I don't know why. I'm sweating, and the aircon is full. This conversation is just making, I've not even gotten into some things I need to show you. But I envy the kind of grace that you are on that would make somebody just do the entire work for you and then hand over. If I had known this, that's why some of the teachings that I release here, I'm like, God, why did you let somebody tell me these things? I would have just looked for somebody, an institution that is entrepreneurial related. I would have served one, maybe in Germany or in Luxembourg or somewhere. I don't even know. I can't even think of a country right now. I would have served that institution with all my heart. And when it's time to hand over, I'll just say, can we just build one in Africa? And they will hear, I will not suffer. I will have learned how to get into this system. But maybe I was not given that grace. So what am I saying? Some of you have been given the grace. It's time to drop that Nigerian dictionary. If it's not my vision, then it's not a vision. Let me correct you something. People use it. You will never hear me say it. I have never used the word my vision when I'm addressing the entrepreneurship village. Never. You hear the word division. The vision of the entrepreneurship village is the vision of, even when I'm talking to investors and partners, never. It cannot be for you if it's truly a generational vision. No, you are just a vessel that is used by God. And there are many vessels used by God, including your employer. The same employer that you despise so much might just be the vessel of handover for you. The employer you are complaining about, you won't believe that that employer, you can have, that place is fine. That employer that you are complaining about has been suffering for you. Can you imagine that? Some of you need to go back and apologize to your employer. Just say, I'm sorry. And why are you saying sorry? Like, no, don't worry. Just, I'm sorry. Because maybe all that suffer is just been for you. Trying to hold a company and everything together for you. No, you don't understand. Go back to your office as you resume work on Monday. And then start looking at the company like it's yours. Wow, this company belongs to me. So every time your employee is like, oh, they didn't paint this place. You'll be like, yeah, thank you. Let me tell them. They didn't paint it. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. They didn't do this. Yes, be like, yeah, tell them. They should have fixed it. Don't let him see you because be like, well, why are you not moving as well? You'll be like, oh, sorry, I was going to move. But in your heart, you'll be like, come on, man, do the work for me. Because some of you are destined that way. You are destined that way. That's your destiny. Now, what happens is you will just end up merry-go-rounding. And may you not miss destiny. So there are people that no matter the level you are, where destiny has just placed you is a plug to where you are to lead, that vacant chair. The problem is that you never saw the chair. It happens in your family. It happens in even marriage. You call your husband, you call yourself a husband, but there's that empty chair. Nobody's leading the family. There's that vacuum there. Family gathering, there's that vacuum there. You come into a gathering, your family, everything's so disorganized. Even nobody to coordinate anything. The chair is there. Do you know that for some families, the chair has been there from generations to generations? What a sad story. It is time that you go and sit on that chair now. The most vacant chair is all around us in Africa. It's all around us across the world. And I think some international communities know this well, and that's why they prepare for it well. Long-term service is more internationally than in Africa. You will find, you will wonder, you speak to somebody abroad, I'm like, I'm working in this company, like, yeah, I've been working here for 43 years. In Nigeria, they can say you are cursed working in a place for 43 years. There's this and I told you is that thing in that Bible. I'm sorry, but I used to use this example that sometimes our religious gatherings or religious doctrines can sometimes mislead us. Because if I stand in an auditorium now and I say, in the name of Jesus 2025, go and start your company. You have just spoken to thousands of people. Somebody that is chair is in that company. You have just planted in his head, okay, it's true. I should start my company. I think some pastors need to start correcting what they say on that pulpit and stop misleading people. There are people that company, that vision where they are, is their destiny. And just that confession, you start to come and everybody go, hey, there's a ton of amen. Like, okay, amen. I'm just a startup. I know nothing. I'm an intern. You say next week I will start my company. The intern that's supposed to calm down, learn, start becoming impatient. Or the intern even leave immediately and say, oh, I want to go and start my company. And Mrs. Stockwell said something so funny today. She runs a visionary project. And she said that in our project, there are plug-ins that our team members, our staff could make millions as commission. But she's shocked to see as staff members that will still be selling, I forgot what they said. They are selling, she said that thing, I've forgotten what it is. Like, you can find them selling maybe petty things. You are working in a company, a vision that is global, that is deep, but you still have your own, I have my own personal vision. I'm a fashion designer. I have my personal vision. I sell palm slippers. I sell toothpicks. And, so she said the shocking thing is that they are supposed to get millions as commission, and you are chasing your own small startup that will give you what, 15, 30,000, 50,000 naira, $5, $20 in a month. You are a fool. I said it. You are a big fool. And I wait to go and address those staff of ours. It's a common practice. Vusi came to the Global Entrepreneurship Festival. He spoke about that using the South African bird that will distract you away from destiny. Have you asked yourself, why was I in this place in the first place? Why did God lead me here? Jump out of any company that is not vision driven. Jump out of a company that is not aligning with your values. Jump out of any company that does not meet the standard of where you are going. But be careful not to miss out on something bigger than you for something small. When she said that, I was like, what kind of mentality is that? I'm a fashion designer, I do makeup, but you're also in a place where you could raise more. Why? The Nigerian dictionary. Because what they see is that company belongs to Tokwe. So it's Tokwe. I'm working for Tokwe. You do not understand that there's a selfish entrepreneurship DNA that if you are not careful, we are the one that taught entrepreneurship. And we are the same way that is telling you that if you are not careful, that same thing can ruin your destiny. So I'm an entrepreneur. It's not, I want to start this. I want to have this. I must start this. My vision, I must do this. It's also, how am I using my entrepreneurial qualities? Sometimes it's the qualities that matters, because it's the qualities that can even make somebody look at you and say, this is a fine entrepreneur. He will be able to lead my company. Oh, let me get it right so that you don't misunderstand what I just said. If I'm looking for a successor, I will not be looking for a PhD holder. I will not be looking, it's not that empty chair. It's not for the most skilled, the outspoken, the eloquent one. No, I will be looking for an entrepreneurial mindset. That is the kind of leader I'll be looking for. So your entrepreneurial mindset is not taking you away from you during service. It's even best expressed. Why? Because of your ability to take initiative from ability. She even shared some things. Some of my team members heard this, that she has a team member that said, no, we should not keep the aircon on. No, the power, let's make sure the lights are off. You think that's not an entrepreneurial mindset? She's treating the company as if it's us. You think that if Topper wants to hand over, she will not, that woman, that lady has deposited herself. Remember the pocket I spoke to you in Topper's heart? There's an empty chair around you. There is an empty chair around you. And especially those of you where there is an expensive empty chair. Emphasis on the word expenses. Expensive. What are you associated with? What is around you? There is scarcity of leadership in Africa. Huge scarcity. And some people don't even have the courage to confront it. Some people are really running away from responsibilities. And that's why you find people who are not capable to leading you. Because they know that chair is vacant. They will just cook up their own CV, go and do a fake this one, shout, be vocal, position themselves, show some of those attributes I'm going to share with you. Be loyal to one person. I think I spoke about this recently. The radicality of leadership in Africa is so easy that you can go and find a current president and become a servant to him. Show him you love him and you can die for him and you'll be the next president. Can you imagine how crazy that is? Can you imagine how crazy this is? And then when you become the next, everybody be like, hey, no, how? How can this guy be the next president? He's not qualified. Hey, it's hand over. My brother, in Africa, when they raise your hand like this, you are the next one. Nothing everybody will do is godfatherism. I'm not shy to tell you the truth that it happens in our own African reality. Those guys know the trick that you don't know. You'll be wondering, maybe I should even expose myself as well, yeah. Maybe. Because there is a particular man that I know, and even in his 50s, he'll be carrying this. I don't want to say these people because these are big people that you know. But he'll be carrying his back, doing all this thing, doing all this political, let me use the word servant safe. And I used to be like, this man is already rich. Why are you doing all these political servants? For years, 20-something years, serving this man. This person, let me also not call his position because you might figure him out, is a minister today. That they know that is how to get there. So if they know this trick in the political atmosphere, what is wrong with the corporate atmosphere? You must be joking. It happens everywhere. Everywhere. So my question is, would I suffer to lead something big, or I rather tap into something big? So before you complain about where you are in life, can you really check where you are in life? Because you are in something that you don't even believe you own. I kind of feel like in heaven, there's a lot of comedy. Honestly. I feel like God just switches on the screen. I'm like, hey, Angel Michael, come see this one. Like, God, is this not that guy that, yeah, it's the same guy. Look at what he's doing. And so I'm also going to laugh. Can you imagine if the next CEO of Shell is a young intern that just joined? I'll give you intern's story now, so don't say this is impossible. So you know it's possible. Can you imagine the young CEO of Shell is a young lady that just joined Shell, and then she's selling pen. And she say, oh, it's my passion. I want to sell my passion. And Shell keeps calling her for meetings. Opportunities are coming where she's supposed to. And she know, is this pen? Do you think AJ Michael will not laugh with God? Like, can you imagine the next? This is the girl I gave Shell to, the entire Shell, the oil company. This is the person that has been destined for. Oh, my passion is pen. My passion is pen. And because your passion is pen, you are clouded with it. You're not even able to see the empty chair in Shell. You're not able to produce that character that will lead you to that chair. Now, enough of people probably working in a company or part of a system. How about you sitting on that chair? A time will come where you need to stand up. Some of you are sitting too long. I wish I could speak to some leaders in Africa now, and I pray they get this audio. You're sitting too long. Stand up, man. Get up. Get up. It's embarrassing when you die on that chair. Stand up. Look around you. There is already somebody that has been destined for that chair around you. And you and I know. So I'm speaking to visionaries now. And let me now shock you. If that person is not around you, do you know this craziest thing right now? The person will come around you. Either by chance, by fate, by destiny, or by mistake, the person will come around you. You might not find that person in your company. You'll be like, what's happening? I can't find anybody here. You'll be going on the road one day and somebody will pick up your wallet and say, sorry, sir, you dropped this purse. I saw your wallet. And you're like, what? This person just looks like the kind of person I'm looking for. And he's so honest. And you're like, what do you do? I'm unemployed, sir. I don't mind, sir. Anything I can do for you, sir. Okay, come to my house and be washing my cars every Tuesday. And the guy just comes to your house every Tuesday. He wakes up early in the morning, he's there washing your car, washing your car. You know what? I'm sure you've heard this story before. The guy will leave the entire company and will come to that guy that washes his car and say, you know what? You go into my company. You are leading my company. The mistake many of you make is thinking that sometimes it's going to be your child. It's also an African dictionary. Tear it off. Stupidity. Who gave us all those nonsense? Chima and brothers, Chima and sons. What about the daughters? Why don't you open Chima and daughters then? Who gave you that mentality? Myself and my team, we were watching a movie yesterday. And in that movie, the man was struggling with his son. Literally telling his son, come to board meeting. You must come to this board meeting. We are trying to force the company down to the throat. A boy that drinks and smokes. We are trying to force the company into his throat. You are trying to build things around you. Clearly, you're not building a vision. Even if you force it down in your own generation, what happens to your grandchild that comes next and your great-grandchild? That is why our companies do not stand the test of time. Yes, it's you and that son. The third son is a junkie, gone. He has smoked and gambled the entire company. So it does not have to be your child. Let me now start talking to some of you now who's speaking to employees now. Let's talk to employers. Let me look at your faces as I speak. Your son may not be able to sit on that chair because it's not his chair. You must know that vision comes with the chair, and vision knows their chairman. The vision itself knows. And so it will be pushing you around. And that is the same that sometimes I remember my pastor. I'm trying to remember his name. This is a long time ago, but the name of the church is City Life Church, abroad, not in Africa. No, it's in Africa because it was in Johannesburg. This church was in Johannesburg, yeah. And I remember the day the associate pastor was leaving. I remember the pain in the pastor's eyes. He has planned everything that this is the pastor is going to hand over to. I remember the entire plan that he has had. You know, have you noticed that when pastors went to hand over, you notice they'll be allowing this pastor preach. You already know this is the pastor. They'll make sure you're used to that pastor. They will travel. This is the pastor we all know. Out of nowhere, I think this man did not see it coming. That pastor said he's opening his own church and he was leaving. Pastor James, this is the name of my pastor. That was the first day I saw Pastor James cry. You know, I was shocked. I'm like, he said this guy's leaving, and we really planned around it, we prayed about it, and everything like that. Pastor James, if you see this video, I've got a message for you. I was very young then. Now I'm old, and now I've seen vision. I've lived vision, and I'm inspired, and I hear things. So listen to me now, Pastor. It's time for you to listen to me. Listen carefully. Vision chairs also remove the people that is not meant for that chair by themselves. By itself, you'll be surprised. It will never be your plan if it's not the destiny plan. What does that tell you? I'm telling every one of you here today that your destiny chair, you won't miss it. And I want you to claim it. You won't miss it. Nobody will sit on it. It will fight for you. So some of you, when you wonder what's hard, I've already trained this girl to be the next fashion designer, and she will let her go. Let me tell you another dictionary, Nigerian dictionary, employers. When I first came to Nigeria, when I relocated back, one of the first things I noticed was that people used to run away when they want to leave. It's an escape, like the jackmark, they escape. It's like you see them sneakish. They won't maybe do the emails anymore. They will pack one laptop first, pack another one, and they will run. And then, especially month end, once you have paid, they run. Once you have paid, they run. So I'm like, what is this? Is it that people don't serve notices here? It's like they don't celebrate workers. It's like they don't know that you're not supposed to cut the rope, because what happens to recommendation? What happens to 20 years from now? The boss you ran away from, after you have become a leader, you are big, then you meet that boss as a senator that is supposed to confirm you as the president. Can you see how the world is a circle? The same boss will now sit down as the Senate, and it's supposed to confirm you as the next president. I said, this man is a useless man. 16 years ago, he left my company ran. He doesn't keep his word. So it's a circle. You got to be careful. And you got to live the right way. No relationship in your life must end wrongly. Be it boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, all these heartbreak kids. You guys, they are heartbreak kings. You better be careful the heart you are breaking anyhow. Maybe she's going to be the judge that want to sentence your child 35 years after. So you better be careful. And then they say you go and beg the judge. You now meet that heartbreak. Oh my God. I'm sure you have forgotten that. Ask ladies, they won't forget you, how you broke their heart 35 years ago. So now I'm supposed to sentence that your son, right? Was this the same son for that lady you married? That you left? You already know what the kind of sentence that child will get. It's finished. May you not go and eat the sins of your father. You better say amen to that. So I used to wonder, why do people escape and everything? Until I realized that employers, sometimes when somebody comes to you and tell you they are leaving, you get angry. You become wicked. And sometimes you block their salary. You don't want to pay them. And then that's why in Nigeria now they are scared to tell you they are going, because they know you will lock them up, or you arrest them, or you find one contract to tie them, or you find one money to tie them. Why? Because you are thinking of maybe what you have invested in them, or you want to force the chair on somebody. Or did you want to force a vision on the person that will now ruin the vision, or after you are dead, the vision has ended? Why not wait for the person the vision has been destined for, the chair has been destined for? So if you're an employer, yes, stop it. Stop it. Anybody that comes to you to say, even if you have planned that this is the person, celebrate it heavily, because your choice, what you thought, was not the right decision. And it might have been a mistake that would have ruined that vision. The rightful owner will sit on that chair. So this attribute of treating employees because they are, no, it's also turned around. What if that employee is also your employer tomorrow? President Tinubu employed the minister for what's the, but anyway, let me just say crude and deposits, minerals. Is it blue economy? I forgot. His former boss in Mobile, Akinyelure. That was his former boss. Now President Tinubu employed him. So these people that you also want to cut relationship, they are choking their life because they want to leave a chair you want to force on them. If you're treating employees like that, what if he becomes the next president? Now you know you're in trouble. Worst of all, I even prefer him as the president. What if he becomes the commissioner of police for your state? Oh, you'll be so deal with you. I will say, every time his car pass, arrest that car. You just don't want, why are they always arresting my car? Is that employee that you thought he will never become something? Be happy for their growth. Be happy for their own vision. Be happy for whatever. And be happy for that chair. I know you are trying to save that chair. You are trying to protect the chair. But the best protection of that chair is to let the rightful owner sit on the chair. There is a vacant chair. True vision is not centered around you. What is centered around you? Those are dreams. They are not visions. They are dreams. Look at where you are. Find the empty chairs. Find the empty chairs. And I know that majority of everyone in this room are perhaps working in a company. So I said something came to me recently when I was having a conversation yesterday. And it was so deep. So deep, because, you know, when people say I'm moving because I feel like it's stagnant. I'm not having, there's no movement. I've been in this company, there's no movement. And I just feel like I'm in one place. The reason why you are feeling like there is no movement is because you have not been the one doing the movement. God has been the one carrying you. Let me tell you now, if you don't know. So that's why you think your life is in stagnation. Oh, I'm stagnant, nothing is happening. You are on something is carrying you. So there's no need for you to be working. So sometimes you see your friends, this one got married now, this one is going fast, this one's career is going fast. Something is carrying you on a platform. And that platform might be that company that you feel like it's a stagnation. And all of a sudden they drop you, see you. Let me tell you something. That startup company that your friends has been running around with, they are still going to be a run-around startup when that multinational that makes you see you still makes you see you. So some of you should recognize that you are being carried by grace already. And stop fighting where you're supposed to be sitting comfortably. When you are being carried by grace. That is the one that scares you. The kind of grace that people have to even to have something built for them and transferred to them. Not everybody will suffer to work. I've begun to even have that confidence to say it. When people say, oh, your company, well, everybody's having their company, you say, no, my own company, somebody's building it for me. I cannot start carrying cement and sand and following contractors. They are building the tower the way I want it. They are designing the office the way I want. All I just come to do is to hang my frame. Jeez, damn. Hang my frame. Have you ever seen a governor coming to build his governor's office when he gets in? They come and hang their frames. A president, they will just come and hang your frame. What's wrong with you? Are you not getting what I'm saying to you? Some of you, all they need to do is just hang your frame. And you're busy running around trying to say, my passion is selling tomatoes. My passion is selling pepper. My side also is selling pepper. And that pepper side also is not taking you away with fear. They're supposed to just hang your frame. Start doing your photo shoot ready for where they will hang your frame. Accept that prophecy now. And one of the things you must understand that, you're beginning to hear this and you're like, please teach us, let us know what are the things that I can even do to get to that empty chair. Number one, understand the vision. Understand it as much as you can. Soak yourself in that vision. If it aligns with your values, then probably it's for you. There's going to be a lot of voices, a lot of things that will come so attractive. Check if it aligns. Probably it's for you. Find out why you are in that vision in the first place. Make sure you get it clearly. Because the best thing to take you out of that empty seat that belongs to you is a more attractive offer. What else can the devil use? There is nothing else he can use than want of a man, money. Some people have been bought out of destiny. They have. Get clarity about the vision. The second thing you can do is to take initiative. Entrepreneurship. While in a company, take initiative, be proactive. Address matters that many people are running away from. So don't say I'm a painter, or I'm a cleaner in this company. There's no need, even if I see this is wrong. I don't take initiative. I don't understand. The thought just flashed in my mind now, and I laughed inside. But maybe I'm just imagining the cleaner in my company saying, I just wanted to find out about the 5-year plan of this vision. I was like, okay. Sorry, I don't know if you are busy now, sir, but I would like us to have maybe, even if it's a 30-minute session, any day you are free, if I can get an appointment. I'm like, oh, sorry, what's your position again? I'm a cleaner, sir. I just want to understand the 5-year plan so I can, get to understand and align more with this vision. Oh my God, I told you there are vacant chairs. You guys think there. Who is telling you there's no job anywhere? You don't have the CV for the job. Let me give you those CV now. Yeah? I will first call my PA, book the appointment. And I know my PA will she will want to be bossing the cleaner around. It's that day that that cleaner has become more expensive than the PA in my life. I'll be like, give her the best time. And if you push her to a bad time, you're in trouble. And I'll make sure that my PA serve her coffee when she comes for that meeting too. You want to know about the 10 years plan, the 5 years plan of this vision? What took your mind there? Some of you have not asked that question with your employer. What is wrong with you? Why? Nigerian dictionary, African dictionary. My own is when I get my own. So I work here for 4 years. When I work here for 4 years, what is that? There's one funny thing they used to say on CV now. What's that thing? I got it more in Nigeria when I came back to Nigeria to upgrade. No. You people, you know it now. You're the one here. Throw it in the chat. What do you say in your CV? You always say, I'm looking for better chance. Not better chance, better challenge. There's a word you guys use. Any CV that I see that nonsense, I've already disliked you when I see it. I ask people, I say, why did you leave the place? It wasn't challenging anymore. So I had to go and look for bigger challenge. You are a fool. I'm going to call fool 7 times on this assembly. I've used about 3, I have 4 left. I have to identify 7 fools. You are looking for better challenge? It's no longer challenging anymore. Shame on you. There is an empty chair. That was why it's no longer challenging anymore. Go sit on it, create the challenge, create the buzz, make this happen. All the infrastructure, they will give it to you. See, oh my God, what am I about to tell these people? Listen to this one. If a business is no longer challenging and the person has built all the infrastructure, you are a leader. You create the buzz, make it challenging. The person gives you all those infrastructures, the building, the internet, the security guards, all the years you need to go through interviews to employ people, to get a driver, to buy cars, all the tax officers, fines, he has carried all those pain away from you and has given to you. You now left a place. It's no longer challenging. Did you see how you left an empty chair? May God have mercy. Now that you have got to the next challenging place, are you not looking for another challenge again? You are good. Some of you will look for challenging places till the bell comes or the trumpet, whichever sounds first. I'm sure if you get to heaven too, you say it's no longer challenging. You want to go to hell. Demonstrate leadership before you have the title. That is another trick I want to give you. Don't wait for the title. Somebody said, I'm waiting for them to come. When I'm a leader, then I will do this. When I'm a leader, then I will speak this way. When I'm a leader, that's when I'll be able to tell them the truth. They don't know what I have in my heart. Nobody sees what a leader has in his heart. Everybody sees what a leader does, not what he thinks. So start doing what you should just be doing. Let me one. Why is this person behaving like a leader? Influence without authority. Start exhibiting it. Behaviors like professionalism, integrity, strong work ethics should never leave your camp. Never. Start motivating your peers without being an official leader. If you're in a company and you're the one that says, they have not paid us, you're the fourth fool. If you're the one that you like driving, oh, everybody, have they paid you? They've not paid. Why they've not paid you? We are the fourth fool. I will get to a point now where you will see you are the fourth fool. Because there is somebody in that same company that is motivating people for good influence. Maybe there's a challenge. Oh, this is not the first time. Oh, this is the first time this is happening. Or something is happening. But let's make it happen. There's another person doing that. That chair is moving far from you. Be careful. Because if that chair belongs to you, imagine you have also just complained about a company that belonged to you. Get wisdom today and be free. Deliver results. That's another thing you can do. Deliver results. Be excellent in the role that they give you. Like when they give you this role, results, this one, anything, exceed expectations. Display impact at all times. They will know that, man, this one will turn this company into something else. Another thing you can do is develop leadership skills. Learn consistently, master skills, and always get better. So the way you came on this holiday, some of you are resuming to work this January. Your boss is going to meet you the same way they left you. Nothing different. Your family will meet you the same way they left you. Your husband will meet you the same way they left you. Your wife will meet you. There's nothing has changed. And you want to sit on the most vacant seat? See, he that cannot lead, please do not complain of who that leads you. Be very careful how you complain. Because the chair was vacant all the while. It has been vacant. Another thing that you can do that can get you to that empty seat is be patient and be persistent. Play the long game. Leadership is not an overnight achievement. There's time to lead. There's time to lead. It will never happen to, that's the mistake. If you think, I want to be consistent, I'll be loyal, I'll be doing, and then it will happen within these 3-4 years, is a lie. Play the long game. There has to be a track record of consistency. A track record of you being persistent. A track record where they can see your patience. Because that seat is testing both you and the person sitting on the seat. Just before I say this is the person, you can see for yourself. That's what the vision is. Vision is deep. Another thing where I call that other person the fourth fool is adapt to challenges. Show resilience when there's setbacks. Show it. Learn how to undo adversities in firms, in companies. Listen to this one. Stand in the storm. When you do that, you have deposited something in the heart of that employer. Oh my God, you've deposited something. Some people are enjoying. I remember one lady in the bank. She's one of the heads of the bank. She said, the only reason I'm leading this bank, I don't have any qualification at all. The man said, because you're the one that stood when the microfinance bank crashed. Meanwhile, that microfinance bank crashed. They didn't know that they would be one of the biggest banks in Nigeria today. Because he lost a microfinance bank, everybody ran. They were even saying rubbish. Followers know how to talk. They'll give us. He doesn't know how to manage money. He doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to manage people. They can't manage anything. But they carry him out to this one. That's why the company crashed. Two ladies, they were two. They stood by this man. The company has crashed. The man said, you can go. The company has crashed. They didn't go. They waited another 2 years with him, starting from scratch. Now, that bank is, I wish I could tell you the name of the bank. It starts with a letter P. And it's very, very big. One of the best. So you should know which bank I'm talking about. It's that same man I'm talking about. Go and find out his story. They stood in the storm. It's a big deposit. Big deposit. Because I don't want to forget to say this. Some of you look at that chair, and I think this is for employers. It just came back to me now. I don't do slides when I speak, so sometimes some things just come back to my mind. I remember that Steve Jobs, they voted him out of his own company. They removed him. At some point, they had to bring him back. This year, no, it's this man that can run it. He's the one that can run it. So I forgot to mention that sometimes employers, if you're trying to impose this thing on your child, if that chair is not for him, it's not for him. If you're trying to force, they want to force Steve Jobs' chair to another person, they could not survive Apple. It's when Steve Jobs came back that you're now seeing most of those things Apple were now doing. Back to what can I do to get to that chair? Seek mentorship and advice. Let me give you this trick. Learn from the current leader. Most smart people put their boss as their mentor. Very smart people, they do that a lot intentionally. They don't even go, my boss. They will see my boss, my mentor, they will be posting him, my mentor, they'll be going to him. I need to understand this. I'm confused with it. They do that intentionally because as you are doing that, you are penetrating him somehow because you are studying his strengths and strategies. And somehow a pattern of him or her is rubbing off on you. When it's time, you just feel like, oh, okay, there's this person that has a bit of me. Why people are complaining there's no promotion, I am stagnant, there are no jobs. Can you hear now that there are even leadership positions available? Where you are looking for better pay and you're trying to run away, do you know now that there is a CEO pay waiting for you where you are? If you are the one that did not work. And maybe I should talk about this then. Be ready to step up. That's another thing. Be ready. Who is ready to do this? Yes, I'll do it. Who is ready to do it? Be ready. Show confidence at all times and always seize the moment. Leadership opportunities, they always come unexpectedly. It just comes. Just seize the moment. Immediately take advantage. I'll do it, sir. Okay, who's going to develop it? I'll prepare it. I'll do it. Oh, let me wait all night and let them close. So when I do it, I can do all the presentation all night, and I'll also get back to the work tomorrow morning. I think Mrs. Tokwe said it today. They will say you're over Sabi. They will insult you. Leave them. They are not leaders. They are followers. Have you forgotten? Followers are common. They're full everywhere. I was telling my team today, I said, you don't build followers. They are everywhere. They are the most common commodity. You build leaders. They are the ones that are scarce. So let them insult you. Which one is your own? Is it your company? Oh, I see my sister here. Is also here as well. I have lots of my sisters. Sister Moji is here. Let them complain. Why are you working for Sister Moji's company? Why are you doing she has a tie and dye fashion company. You want to call, are you the only one? Are you the only one that you're working for her? You want to do all her tie and dye? Sister Moji will hand over to that one that she can see that this one has gotten it. Has gotten it. Another thing that you should do is make leadership about service. Remove it from the selfish aspect and focus on the true vision. Because the vacant chair is not about personal gain. It's about serving the vision and the people the vision is for. If you genuinely do that, check this, the vision itself will fight for you. Even when you go astray, or when you're going with it, the vision will just come again and speak to you. Stay. Stay. Or maybe it's not time. There will just be something in your soul that will be disturbing your body. You'll feel like it's the vision. It will just be fighting for you. It will just be fighting for you. And somehow, you will now get there. You'll be like, ladies and gentlemen, I tried to live 15 times. Look at me today. I've heard CEOs say things like that. It will do that for you. Empower others. Great leaders will always empower people around them. When you see your team members sad, when you're in your family, everybody's complaining about that uncle, complaining about your great-grandfather that died, that have brought a curse upon you, stand up and say, no, let us stop this thing. Let's go positive. Be the one that's talk positive in the family. Be the one that talks positive among your friends. Be the one that bring up the spirit. Don't join in whining and complaining. Be the one that brings life, and automatically they will see you. And in the midst of all this, remain humble. It's not about dominating. Leadership is about humility and empathy towards others. So always make sure that your humble jacket is always on you. And the last thing that you can do to get to that vacant seat, very simple one, and it's very, very hard, is be trustworthy. When they trust you, especially when your leader trusts you, hold firmly to that trust than anything else. Because when a colleague or something, just let, I'm not here for a colleague, I am here for the vision. And the vision trusts me, you are on your way there already, if not halfway there. The chair of leadership is waiting for someone who understands the vision and believes in it. Someone who is ready to take responsibility. That's the person that chair is waiting for. I don't care if it's in your country. I don't care if it's in your state. I don't care if it's in your family. I don't care if it's in your church. I don't care if it's your place. Mr. Francis, and I am nothing without God. Thank you very much.
Woo. The vacant seats. You know, when Mr. President started, Mr. President was just giving us chilled, smooth, you know. At some point, to realize that he started giving everybody. They will say, giving everybody woto. Employer, oh, you must collect. Employee, oh, you must collect. You know, there was no category that was not touched. And it was really mind-blowing. It was really mind-blowing. And I like the fact that it was from different angle, different aspects. And so you can pick whichever place you are in and still see leadership as a possibility, even from a cleaner. You know, and of course, so many other things. And one of the favorites for me, of course, I'm sure some of us that are not joining for the first time, we know how we do it, right? So we basically just share our feedback and all that. But I want to say something very important and very quick. And that is to say that really it is deep, this conversation around leadership. Do you know what it means to lead when leadership also means serve? You know, English, we call it like an oxymoron. Like you're trying to tell me what followers do, right? But you're still telling me that this is something as a leader I should be doing. You know, it's a very crazy contrast, but when you understand it in depth, oh my God. I mean, I invited a couple of people, you know, for today's assembly. At some point I was like, you know what, nobody should send me a message again. Because it was just people saying, oh, this is deep. Oh, this is that. You know, it was just a lot of comments here and there. And trust me, I understand that feeling. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that way. Or, of course, who have something to contribute, who have comments to make, or who have, you know, something to actually get. So this is how we do it. Basically, what we do is we share our feedback, our comments of what actually touched you. what part of this message got to you? Which is your major take home? What part of it was insightful or spoke to you personally? I see sometimes when we have this feedback, a lot of people fighting that for me, this is the best assembly ever. So for me, this is the best part that touched me. Yes, personalize it very well, because some people will hit you the part that actually touched them or the part that was personalized to them. So of course, use the reaction button like you can see people using already. You can go down to your screen, you would sit down on the top part, you will see react. Then you can click on it and of course raise your hand. Raise your hand, I will call you up, and you have not more than 1 minute to share your feedback. Let us know what touched you the most, and let us know that particular thing that you want us to know about, what stood out for you. To lead this, I'd like to call the chairman himself, Chairman Dan. His hand was even up already before I made the call. So let me just call him already. So good to see you again. And of course, please share with us. And please, we all know he's our e-village elder and of course our chairman. So the 1 minute rule not necessarily applicable to him. I've asked you to unmute your mic, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Faith. I'll probably take more than a 1 minute, but I want to emphasize a few things that Dr. Sumi said that I think are very important. The oxymoron that you spoke of, Faith, is very true. As a leader, you serve every bit as much as the people who are seeing and sharing your vision. It's intriguing. We hear people say that we learn every day. Dr. Sumi is half my age, and I learn every time he speaks here or elsewhere. And today was no exception. This was phenomenal. The there are two parts that stood out for me. The one is there's a young man who I met because of GEF. He came to me along the lines of what Dr. Sumi said, offered to help me, offered to help for free. He did. His work was extraordinary, and we paid him, and we've been paying him since. He and I had a conversation the other day that changed my vision. I'm involved with a company that has been up and down, up and down. We've been trying to find the right space. My conversation with him revealed a vision that I had not even thought about. So it's not only that you share the vision of the visionary, but in this case, someone just like you guys, who I met in a very similar context, helped modify my vision of a company because he shared the general vision. So that in itself is a huge thought that Dr. Sumi didn't express specifically, but it came about because he was talking about what you should all be thinking about doing with the companies you're working for or with your plans as an entrepreneur. So I just wanted to make that point so I can personalize for you how absolutely true what Dr. Sumi was sharing is in real life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that. And for me, it's every time Dr. Sumi speaks, Mr. President is always connecting it to reality, and many of us can understand. I always say something, and just permit me to add this. A lot of us have read, deep business books. A lot of us has read, a lot of different things that has exposed us in this business world. Some of us have gone to, top universities, top schools, and we hear a lot of things. We hear, for example, Six Sigma, we hear Blue Ocean Strategy, we hear a lot of, different business stems, different business understanding and all that. Many of you, I for one, has read, there was a particular year I read, and I'm not exaggerating, close to 7 or more books by John C. Maxwell. Right, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, this one on leadership, that one on leadership. And when you listen to Dr. Sumi share the same things that you have probably read in a book, you probably had to pay a lot of money to listen to, you hear it very differently. You can connect with actually what he's saying. You can see it actually real, in what you're doing in your everyday life. And that's one amazing privilege that we have that we shouldn't actually take for granted. Thank you so much, Dr. Sumi, once again for that. And while I call the next person, Diligence Adeshola Tech, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 1 minute.
Thank you very much. The but the one the was something that resonated with me that President said was you approaching someone and telling the person or asking them that what is their vision in the next 5 years or in the next 3 years. Sir, you have given me that strength because I will be approaching the government of Ogun State on Monday, either they like it or not. Sir, I am going there. You have pushed me to the extent that we are developing the first techpreneurship hub in Ogun State in the rural area. Nothing like that has happened. And they have tech hub in Ogun State. Sir, on Monday, I've changed all my schedule. I am going there to ask them and to tell them we have started this. And I'm going to give you the feedback. You're going to be proud of it. The testimony is coming. I remain my humble self, Mr. Diligent, and my ministry is entrepreneurship. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Diligence, whose ministry is entrepreneurship. Another beautiful thing that we can also take notes from this is doers is what is important, or they're the ones that are important. I'm seeing someone translating almost immediately the use of these things that he has heard to say, you know what, I'm making this decision, I'm going for it. Guys, that is actually what counts in all of the things that we've read. While I call on Chukwuka Gift, please, you have 30 seconds because of our time. Thank you. I've asked you to meet your mic.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. President. So, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so what I learned today is I'm going to rephrase it. It said, don't be blinded by your passion that you miss out on opportunities, maybe because you want to be CEO. So I've always had this mindset of I'm not going to build my business on just me or family like that, but I've never seen it this way, that you'll get so passionate about what you're doing, and you're not looking.
I think there's a network glitch from our end. So because of that network glitch, we'll just move right on to the next person very quickly. Rosemary, please stay on your 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Rosemary. Good evening, Mr. President. Good evening, everybody else. Yeah, what stood out for me in today's session was when Mr. President said, strive to be better than you were yesterday. Continuous learning. Don't shy away from learning. I was in assembly last year when I've forgotten the person's name. He said that learning is earning. You cannot give what you don't have. So always strive to be better than you were yesterday. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you for making it very brief. While I call on Murendeni Baloyi, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 30 seconds. Sorry if I murdered the name.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I'd really like to thank Mr. President for such a wonderful session today. As he was speaking, I've just learned and built enough confidence to no longer see any problem as a problem, but as an opportunity to fill the seat of leadership. So, and I've also just looked around me of everything that I'm involved in my work, in my church, haven't really understood the vision. So today I really understood that vision is made, for people who understand it and those who want to follow it. So I'm just really so inspired and ready to fill the seat of leadership. Thank you.
Great stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Mark James, please have asked you in 30 seconds to share us, your own comments. Thank you. Your feedback.
All right, thank you for this opportunity. Good evening, everybody. I hope you can hear me very well.
Yes, we can.
Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. So it's such a privilege again to be in the assembly this year. Last year has been so impactful in whatever in my business and career. So the place that stood out for me was when Mr. President says, when anytime you notice a challenge, they are no longer challenging where you are, your environment, your organization, your company, create it, pioneer it, because if you sit down to wait for someone to do it and that person doesn't do it, or you are waiting for the boss to pioneer those things, it may not come, or they may be busy with other things. So when you now create those things, it gives you a sense of leadership. You understand your place as a leader in that place, and bringing in the change that you want to see in that organization will automatically make you to be outstanding from every other person. So
Great
thank you
stuff.
very much
Thank
for
you.
this great
Thank you so much
insights.
for sharing that with us. You were going off the time, but thank you for sharing that with us. Demark, while I call on Christopher Owolabi Otsunsoya, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 30 seconds.
Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. Once I would like to say thank you to our president and AYE for giving me the opportunity to speak at a point in time like this. And I'm just trying to say thank you again for the reward you have given to me concerning the GF program. I'm so much happy for that. Now, with this topic now, I'm right in my office here as a successor from the topic. I am, because my children, they are not really going with what I'm doing, because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a manufacturer. Now I'm looking at one of my worker now to pick him as my successor right now. So I so much happy with it. And I appreciate the president for giving us that topic, somebody that will be on that seat. Thank you so much.
Great stuff. Thank you so much, Mr. Christopher. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I've asked Dr. Raymond Imafidon in 30 seconds, please, to unmute your mic and, of course, to share us your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate Mr. President. I want to appreciate everyone tonight. And for me, I think what got my attention tonight is the statement that was made by Mr. President when he said most smart people put their boss as their mentor. And so that really got me. And I've also been able to understand, apart from me leading a company, I also see a lot of people I see as mentors. And I have also resolved that those who I'm looking up to, and I needed to build a relationship with them, and then I need to also see them as my boss, so that, and I was able to get great insight for them in order to build and develop my organization. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Raymond, for sharing that with us. That was amazing. And that was actually a very good thing to actually pick up, very solid point. So Agoha Wisdom, and please, we will just be taking the last three hands that I'm seeing currently. So that's Agoha Wisdom. Immediately after that, Abdul Basit Bashar, and of course, Imran from South Africa. Agoha Wisdom, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 30 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President. So from tonight's program, I actually got and understand that the vision is very, very important. So in that vacant seat, understanding the vision and running with the vision is very, very important. So no matter what we want to do, we must understand the vision and run with the vision. Thank you.
Great stuff. This is the proof that you know that is a man of wisdom when they don't have many words. Thank you, Wisdom, for sharing with us in very short time, your wise words. Abdul Basit Bashar, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 30 seconds. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. President. And this was a wonderful session for me. So what resonates with me more is the part of patience. You made mention of being patient goes a very long way. So I work for someone, though I'm an entrepreneur and I work on my own, but due to the fact that, yes, I want to learn more on renewable energy, I got to find someone that I work for, And being patient enough, I was just working without even expecting anything. So I got an offer of paying me in terms of percentage. And what you just said tonight, being patient is the key. So thank you very much, Mr. President.
Great stuff, being patient. Thank you, Bashat, for sharing that. Imran, I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 30 seconds. And of course, Happy New Year, brother. It's good to see you.
Yeah, thank you very much, CS. Thank you very much. Greetings to the president. Wonderful session, I must say. And thank you very much for touching on the issue on section. So I wanted just to quickly touch on one aspect that relates actually to that actually has contributed to the failure of us actually as Africans from collaborating. That is this constant desire or actions from our end to reinvent the wheel. You know, this thing of trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to do one and the same thing, and breaking off relationships, breaking off partnerships, thinking that which you can make it on your own. It's one that which has really asphyxiated a lot of what we call great ideas, great visions that could have actually became great global successes if only individuals were able to lay aside their pride, they were able to lay aside their own personal ambitions and coming together, collaborating, partnering in order that they build towards the greater vision that which they perhaps share. So thank you very much for touching on the importance of what to call of observing, the importance of following, the importance of working together. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, sirs.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Imran. Thank you for sharing that with us. Of course, as constantly generous as Mr. President is, and of course, I didn't also see that some of these people had actually raised up their hand. So he graciously, said that we take these other people. For example, Chikodi has been actually doing like this, Chikodi, we see you. Thank Mr. President. So I've asked you to unmute your mic. You have 30 seconds to, of course, give us your feedback.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you, everyone. For me, what stood out for me was when he said the vacant seat is everywhere in your family, where you work. The vacant seat is everywhere, even with your friends. So the vacant seat is everywhere. And what also stood out for me, he said, he made mention of the African dictionary where he said if the vision is not yours, then you can't pursue that. The vision doesn't have to be yours, it has to be a generational vision. Thank you very much.
Great stuff. Thank you. And thank you for making it very short. Of course, it has to be a generational vision. And please don't forget to always use your reaction button because, your hand was up, all through. And thanks for Mr. President's very sharp sight. The last person we'll be calling for today, which I also saw their hands up. And okay, great stuff. Chelsea Hero. Chelsea Hero, usually we only call people when their camera is on. So please turn on your camera as I've asked you to unmute your mic to give your feedback.
Hello, can you get me? All right, so the network, please, that's why. So just to keep it short, the aspect of startup companies and multinational companies, because the notion or the perception here in Africa is a bit causing a whole lot of problems that are causing people to move from multinational companies that, as President said, they will become CEOs, they will become leaders in high positions in than just going into these startup companies. And this is leading to a high rate of unemployment in a country because these small companies we are making, we cannot create more than 2 or 3 employment, but multinational companies, when you put your idea into it, you support, you serve, you do the needful, and then it will be able to enhance employment in the country. So we need to change this perception in Africa that you don't need to just work for yourself, but work. Then there is something I put to that. Just be yourself, do your own thing, do what you like to do, serve in the area you want to serve. Don't do what is the vague around. Everybody's just living and going back and forth. But stay focused and know what you want and going for it. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing all of those amazing words with us. But there's something I want to say as we round up, very shortly. Please stay. And for those joining us for the first time, there is a part you actually do not want to miss, and that is going to happen very shortly. Thank you, everyone, for sharing all of this feedback. But one of the feedback that stood very strong for me, of course, all of the feedback, they were very solid points and very amazing. It was someone who did not give an actual feedback as per feedback, who actually gave a call to action instead. And it was a personalized call to action, who said, this is what I am taking home. And I'm not just taking home the words, I am taking home a follow-up action to these words. As important as words are, they never come to life without an action. And that is the reason why it's important that we're leaving today. This is the first assembly of the year. There is a vacant seat. You need to know that. And it is important that you take whatever action it requires to fill that vacant seat. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining Africa's Young Entrepreneurs Organization. Of course, this is the Entrepreneurs Assembly, where we connect, collaborate, and network with entrepreneurs from all over the world. Please, there is an important information that I would like to give you. We have Beggars Money Out. Dr. Sumi has launched that amazing book. And trust me, you want to, many of you know what you hear when he speaks. Now imagine what you would see and hear when he writes. So there's no better time than now to actually pre-order the book. Of course, it's currently going on a 30% discount, and I'm sure admin has dropped it on the group. Please go to get the book now. Like they will say, grab your copy now. All right. Another very important thing that I'd like to share. I'm sure some of you will be surprised. Oh, that already? Oh, yes, that already. 2025 is here already. We're not slowing down. We are leaders. We move, and we are moving into GEF very soon. I'm sure some of you it's still November. No, it's now. Especially for those of you who towards GEF, you were clamoring, oh, the ticket fee, the this, the that. There's a new year gift that you're actually passing away, which is the current opportunity to actually be clever as a leader, to get your clever bed ticket for, of course, GEF 2025, which I'm sure many of you know is definitely going to be nothing short of amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of today's assembly, but we do not leave without two things. Number one, a very quick announcement, which is to say that we're going to see you again next week, 6 p.m. GMT plus 1, because this happens every Saturday, GMT plus 1. And different things happen every Saturday, GMT plus 1, 6 p.m. Right? So sometimes we have to learn together. Sometimes we have speakers, global speakers from all over the world speak to us. And of course, every first Saturday of the month, we hear from Mr. President himself. Please always make it a date to attend the Entrepreneurship Assembly. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one thing that you need to see us do, and you need to hear us say, which is our slogan. And our slogan is an excerpt from our creed. And that slogan symbolizes who we are, what we believe, and what the vision is encapsulated in. And that slogan is a call and response with a symbol that we do, with your hands folded like this. Now, this hand folded like this, you see some team members already putting their hands up, symbolizes oneness, symbolizes unity. And of course, the slogan is a call and response that when I say, if you can achieve this much alone, you then respond, how much more can we achieve together? Very simple. When I say, if you can achieve this much alone, you respond with, how much more can we achieve together? Ladies and gentlemen, okay, male and female, from all over the world, entrepreneurs from across the world. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So we had a session earlier with Mr. President today, and we're confused at, if we should say ladies and gentlemen. And so I said male and female, and Mr. President smiled, laughed.
When you start saying crap, your network will go.
How
So,
much can we achieve together?
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships. Join us now.
Good boy. It's in a me, take it things easy. Catch some cruise my cheese. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, know the breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. One my joke, ijogo, ijogo, what you want, my jojo, ijogo, money, my jogo, and if you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. Odupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. Open never. Do what you wanna do. I want to be shining all day. Yeah. Don't make that, don't make that. I want to live for the world. I want to live for the world. Yeah. It's in a me, take it easy. Catch some cruise my cheese. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, know the breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know be kalala, yeah. If you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. One man jogo, ijogo, what you want, my jojo, ijogo, money, my jogo, and if you know be kalala, go to the Fuji. Odupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, Olua, yeah. Joy is coming, only early in the morning. A million want to enter me. Them two-face alawaye. For 1.5 they can never hit. Small thing for my matter. They can't go for my matter. One lay me, one liver. One lay me, tea. One want me, Nico. Tabanica, Lavaji, Jeshara, for our Pharisi. Modurole, Adora, mommy, missing, not fit to worry me. One fact, bamu, one fact, chicky me. I want photocopy me. They won't see me finish, but not the beginning. Tabashe, Shekawu, oh, Shumeka, Lawati, Fijaye, mega money, mega. Hustle now, hustle, if you getting money, I'ma buy you spend them. Lawati, Fijaye, mega money, mega. Tabashe, Shekawu, oh, Shumeka, Lawati, Fijaye, mega money, mega. Hustle now, hustle, if you getting money, I'ma buy you spend them. Lawati, Fijaye, mega money, mega. Tika. You know I really don't care about that. She borrow, they shy, don't take me up and no if in my face. I want day my day. They must know what me go quiet. No be mistake. never see body with a sharp rap just like this. Oh. I'm outside, all of my guys are outside. We know they see with clear eye. I don't get it. To buy sheshe bawo, oh shumeta. Lawati fi jaye, mega money mega. Also now also if you getting money, I'ma pay you spend now. Lawati fi jaye, mega money mega. To buy sheshe bawo, oh shumeta. Lawati fi jaye. Mega money, mega. Also now, also if you getting money, I'ma buy you spend now. Now I take feature, mega money, mega.
You're rocking with the best. This is Africa's Young Entrepreneurs, where African entrepreneurs at home and in the diaspora come together to connect, collaborate, and build strategic partnerships.